Okay, so let's actually review our code and try to understand what we actually did. So we go back to our Visual Studio Code, and here let's try to understand something. Now we started by writing doc type HTML here, this particular code, which actually means is it's actually communicating to your web browser. Okay, it's actually talking to your web browser that there is a document being created, and that document that is being created is an HTML document. So if you look at it very clearly, it has an exclamation mark here. So assuming that exclamation mark is to alert the browser, is to tell the browser that, hey, I'm actually creating a document. So you can see here doc, which means document. So I'm creating a document, and the type of that document is what? HTML, right? Good. And after declaring this, you need to actually create your document. So you start writing a document. So we have to start with the open tag of what? HTML, and then the closing tag of what? HTML, right? Good. After that, we need a title. Okay, we need a title. We need a title like this. Okay, for our website, we need our website to have a title. So in that case, we will create a head inside our HTML document. Okay, inside our HTML tag, we'll create a head. So we've now learned that we can actually put tags inside tags. Okay, we can put tags inside tags. So we place the head tag inside what? The HTML tags. Now we actually, in order to display the title, we needed to create an element or make use of an element that is a title tag or title element, where we place the name of our website, that is first project. Good. Now we want to display something here. We want to display an important message inside a website. So how do we showcase an important message, or how do we put images or a video inside a website? We need a body, right? This is a body, so we need a body. So we need to create a tag called body. Okay, there's a tag called body. So simple, just type what? Body, then hit enter. It will create your open and closing tags. So you can see everything here is between what? The HTML document, right? The HTML document. Good. So we've now been able to create our body. So inside our body, we can actually type in any message we want to type. So I can say web 101 by nerd, and I save. So web 101 by nerd. When I save, I've saved it. When I save, I come to my website. This is my website, right? I'm going to close it. Let's come back here. This is my project, right? But I'm going to double click, and you can see web 101 by nerd. Let's come back to our website and make changes. Okay, and let's add some other sentences like is sponsored by nerd. Okay, and I see. Now when I come to my browser, there's no need for me to close the tab. I would have to refresh. Okay, when I refresh, I'll get this web 101 by net is sponsored by nerd. Right, good. So you can literally see that HTML is very easy to go, but the problem about HTML is you trying to get to know all the tags. There are a lot of tags. Okay, there are hundreds of these tags that you need to combine to create a wonderful website or functioning website. But I would always advise that you don't crumple the tags. Sometimes you just have to use the tags, later you get to understand, but this course will let you understand every single piece of the tag. Some of them that are complicated will reserve them, then later as time goes on, while you are building projects, I'll explain them to you in a use case so that you'll be able to get the concept very well. As I said, and I'm repeating, everything is practical. So now we have a sentence here. Okay, probably we don't want our website, we don't want this to be that small. Like when you look inside the main view of your website here, you can see this is very, very small. We probably want it to be bold, right? Good. how do we make our sentence bold? We can make our sentence bold by using the B tag, which represents bold. Okay, like in MS Office, you have formatting tags. Okay, so let me create this. Now, when I click and I type hello nerd, I'm in Paint application, but you can see these things here. We call this formatting, right? We call these formatting tools or formatting elements like bold, italic, underline, cross through, right, or strike through. Now, these are also applicable in HTML. Yes, they are applicable to HTML. Now, if I want this not to be bold, I just have to click this and it will become this way, right? So how do we make this bold? We just have to highlight and then click B to be bold, right? But in HTML, if you want something to be bold, you need to write the code to make that particular thing on bold. So in order to do that, let's come here. Inside our body, we need, let's say we want to make only webs 101 bold. So what are we going to do? We are going to separate webs 101 from the rest of the sentence. So I'll hit enter so that they come below here. Then I'm going to type B, bracket B, bracket close B here. Good. So we've opened B tag. We need to close B tag. So these are content, right? These are content. Don't forget the theory. You open the tag, we need to close the tag. So we come here and we close the tab. So automatically, when we open our website, we're going to see that web 101 becomes what? Bold. So we come in here and we refresh our browser, we can see web 101 change formats. Okay, it has been formatted. Now it is bold. Now, what about we making by net? Okay, what about we making it probably we want to make it italic, right? We want to make it italic, like when we come to Paint application here, when I highlight nerd and I click on I, it will italize, right? So how do we make it italic? We use the keyword I or the tag name I. So the same thing. So we would have to separate, we would have to take this alone, right? Good. And then we would create our I tag. And we go back here and then refresh our browser, and you can see automatically it's italicized. So that is how it goes. Like, it doesn't matter that someone will be like, so should I always bring everything to the next line? No, you can have everything on the same line like this. Okay, you can have everything on the same line, but not to confuse you. That is why I've hit enter to bring it on the second line. It doesn't matter. Okay, when I save and I refresh my browser here, it still displays in a straight line. Okay, good. So now, what about we making this whole the rest? Let's add net to it so that net also become italic. Good. What about we making the whole of this what? Underline. So try at your side. We're going to use the keyword what? U to make the whole of this what? Underline. Like when we come to Paint application here, when we highlight the whole of this and we click on U, the whole of these things become what? Underline, right? Good. So we come here and we're going to use the keyword what? U. So we type U like this. Okay. And because we've opened it here, we need to close it here. Okay, so that it will affect only this. Always remember, whatever comes inside the tag is being affected. Okay, good. So we close our tag. So it's only this that will be underlined. Whatever that comes in between the tag will be affected. So now it's sponsored by NetTech will be underlined. Okay, it will only be affected by the U, and then web 101 will only be affected by the bold tag, and then by net would also be affected only by the italic. So when we open our browser here and then we refresh, we can see that everything I've applied as we coded. So you see, HTML is never difficult. It is very simple. It's just that you have to be doing it. Like after I've done, you need to do it and try to memorize the codes. Now that you understand, but you need to practice to understand the code very well. Okay. So now the next thing that we're going to do for the next 5 minutes is we're actually going to play around this. Okay, so we're actually going to play around the formatting tools. So I'm going to clean this and going to bring in a text like the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. And I save this, go into my browser and I refresh, and I can see the quick brown fox jump over the lazy dog. So we're going to use the formatting tools to format the whole of this. So try and challenge yourself before the next video. Try and challenge yourself and try to apply the underline, the italic, and the bold. Okay, good. But let's try to do it once again here. I want to make the quick brown, I want to make it bold. So in order to do it, I'll come in and I'll type B here, B tag here, and I'll close it here. Okay, so it means only the quick brown will be affected. Only that one will be bold. Now I want to make fox italic, only fox italic, right? So I'm gonna use the I keyword, sorry, I here, and I'm gonna put it here. Good. So it means only fox will be italicized, okay, and then only the quick brown will be bold. The next thing is I'm going to underline jump over the lazy dog. I'm going to jump over the lazy dog, right? So I'm going to use underline to underline this particular one. So I'm going to use the U. I just have to copy this and I'll put it at the end. So you can see all of them. If you look through, you can see that HTML has its open tag and its closing tag. The head has its open tag and closing tag. The title has its open and closing tag. The body has its open and closing tag. Bold, open and closing. Italic, open and closing. Underline, open and closing. So when we save and then we refresh our browser, it's possible to see the changes, right? When we refresh, you can see the quick brown, fox, italic, and jump over the lazy dog, right? So let's create some space. There's no space here, so let's create the space here. Good. And then let's come back and then refresh our browser. You can see it done perfectly, right? Good. So the assignment I'm going to give you is try, and then I'm going to remove everything here. So the assignment I'm actually going to give you is try to use the formatting tools, the basic formatting tools that I've showed you, or the formatting tags or elements that I've showed you. Sorry, the basic formatting elements that I've showed you to underline only verbs. Okay, underline only verbs. So if jump is a verb here, you use the U tag to underline it. So use underline verbs and then make adjectives italic. Okay, make adjectives italic, whether it's an adjectival phrase or whatever. Okay, make it italic, and make names. Okay, names, that is nouns, make nouns bold. Okay, so that is your project before the next video. Okay, thank you.